Hello, and welcome to Neverwinter Nights 2, and this will be part 102. In the previous episode, we got the construct of reformed, whatever thing, and then we wasted some time, spent some time, whatever you call it, and was told by Kana that it would help the men's morale if we got our silver sword reforged. So that is where we will be going now. Of course, we were given the location of the spirit of a dragon called Nolaloth by Amanjara. So, everyone's leveled up. Cool. We are so incredibly close to level. It was painful. We'll accept this party, it's fine. And then we can go to Nolaloth's Valley. Cool. Just, safety, quick saving. Might be a good idea. In case something should go wrong. Yes, I thought there was some more here. Experience. 50 experience.
We have been climbing for some time, but I feel that our destination is near. Ah, look there. It is the path that Amanjaro spoke of, the one that winds like the tail of a great beast.
More likely, let's be off. I was going to risk upsetting her. But what I meant to do was, I like being protected against evil. Not saying that we are fighting anything evil. But, just, coincidence thing, whatever. Oh, greater earth elemental, elder even. Can we fight it, please? Up we go. It's got a lot of health. One 105 experience, which means that we are 183 experience away from the goal. How quaint. Anyway. Cool. I want level 18 for multiple reasons. It is a feat giving level, and I want our cleric companion thing to get craft magical arms and armor, so she can enchant my sword a second time.
Life grows thick here, even in the middle of these dead mountains.
Amanjaro certainly didn't mention this.
It must be the presence of the dragon spirit that makes this place possible. Know that we should continue our search. The dragon cannot be far.
Okay. If you insist. Crystal heart. Lovely.
This crystal. It is shaped like the heart of a dragon. I do not think we should harm it, since that could serve only to anger the dragon.
I'm not about to touch anything in this valley.
Know that perhaps.
Socket Poperali Chinishu!
Great of all elementals. Hopefully that means we can get the experience we need for level up. Please. Honey, I'm blind. Strange, powerful beings seem to gravitate to this object. In fact, wait, look, other beings are present. Great, more dragons.
Know that I feel a great energy coming from this crystal. Dragonkin must be drawn to it and covet its power. They watch us, for now. We must be careful.
Cool. Careful we will be, but we will also go and there's some more experience. I will level off shortly. Cool. So let us get the leveling sorted, shall we?
Yes.
Level up. I want to keep an eye on her. Recommend. Next. What about craft magical arms and armor proficiency feats? No, I don't care about that. Magic arms and armor. Yeah, you can learn that. That is an incredibly selfish selection, but
Yes.
level up. Next. Recommend. Next. Recommend. Next. Go.
I concur.
Indeed. Next. Recommend. Next. Quicken spell. Go. You do what you feel is right. Okay? Go.
I am listening.
Good on you. Recommend. Next. Recommend. Next. Go.
Indeed.
So it is time to get our fourth and final level of Paladin. Which means we should have exactly 5 skill points spare, which we can carry over, even not 5 but 4, because I can count. As soon as we go back to our favorite sword levels, we will dump all the spare points into spellcraft. But of course, this is a feat level, and we got a turn undead, being a paladin. So what we need is a very specific feat. Where is it? Divine Might. The character may spend one of his turn undead attempts to add his charisma bonus to all weapon damage for a number of rounds equal to the charisma bonus. Yeah. We shall take that. That was the whole purpose of gaining all 4 levels of Paladin, was to get Divine Might, because of course we are a high charisma character. Cool. So let us make sure that Divine Might is placed on our skill bar. Oh, cool. We have 8 chances of it. Nice to know. Let's see exactly what we are doing here. 5 divine damage, of course, plus 5, but it's 5 damage more than none. And you need to have turn undead charges to use it. And that's why we had to wait for level 4, and that's why we had to make sure that the 4th level came on a feat giving level. Should probably do some
Yes.
spells. And not
Indeed.
you. Thank you. We need to head out the back end here. Back end, not back end. You're not in Hobbiton. Oh, another one. I don't mind this experience. Still gives 134 experience. That must indicate it's quite high level.
You dare to disturb me here? Were I not chained to this deathless existence, I would scatter your shattered bodies to the winds for your trespass. Yet instead, you roam unchecked within my remains, like parasites. What promises shall you make this time?
We have no wish to bring you any further suffering, Great Worm.
It speaks. Your masters allowed you to negotiate on their behalf then. What more have they come for?
You're mistaken, Spirit. No known force compels us here. Oops.
Lies! Why else would you be here in this? One scar in the earth, were it not at the command of the Ilfarn. I may rest upon the brink of death, but do not think me blind to what transpires on my grave. You are here because you again need my help, though you always refuse the price. Did you think you could cage a power of the plains?
I mean, you know how.
I will show you what it means to be caged. Together we shall remain here, to contemplate, to despair, to rot. I have been here for millennia. How long do you think you will last, mortal?
This is madness. We are not the ones you speak of. We are here to seek help against the great evil. As we wait, a power of evil grows stronger. It will soon break free from its shadowy prison.
Shadow? What shadow?
The King of Shadows has returned to this plane. Know that if he is not stopped...
This changes things. While I hate the Ilfarn, that is but a pale flame compared to my hatred for the King of Shadows. I have not heard that cursed name for a lifetime.
Can I call you something other than Spirit, at least?
You will address me as Nolaloth Karagazant, but I know the weaknesses of the minds of mortals in shaping such words. You may settle with Nolaloth. Once I was a great power, an ancient being of crystalline might. Once, now no longer.
Nolaloth, you were the worm of legend that fought the King of Shadows.
As I was mentioning, it appears we have a common enemy.
Are you or are you not of Ilfarn?
No, the Ilfarn are long dead.
Dead. Then my last shreds of hope go along with them. It is a wonder that the endless decades have not driven me mad. I have waited for them for thousands of years. I was promised a new life, and instead, I have been abandoned, left to languish in this insignificant crack in the world. And when an eternity had passed, another fragile mortal appeared, no doubt seeking power. He called himself Armangero and claimed to be of Ilfan.
Why did this man come out here?
He pretended to bring good news, that the glorious Ilfan Empire had returned to restore me to life. But what he wanted, I will never know. He asked me questions about my past and what happened long ago, and then left. If you are not of Ilfan, why have you come here to torment me?
Your enemy, the King of Shadows, never died.
I would never fight it again, even if I could. And how am I to help, as impotent as I am now?
We need to know what happened. Tell me about your battle with it.
For the mere chance of having a hand in destroying my adversary, I will help you. Ask your questions.
Tell me what happened during the battle.
The people of Ilfan were desperate. Their once defender, known only as the Guardian, had been corrupted and transformed into the shadowy being that haunts you today. The King of Shadows was once the light of Ilfan.
Who was the Guardian?
I do not know his identity. I cared little. The history of your people is littered with many such lapses in judgment, granting mortals power beyond the control of the ones they are intended to serve. The King of Shadows was once but an ordinary mortal, a great champion they called him, but still as fragile as the others. He was made into a creature fueled by the weave, tied into the fabric of magic.
How was the Guardian corrupted?
Its corruption was not the fault of the Ilfan Empire, directly. The Guardian was built to protect them from the Netherese, a kingdom that had learned many of the secrets of Ilfan. However, an archmage of Netheril named Karsus dared to challenge mortality itself. He absorbed all the magic from the weave to ascend to godhood, and for a brief time, the Guardian was stripped of its life essence. Because the Guardian was a creature of the weave, it needed a replacement to survive. Like all creatures, it desired life, so it drew from the only alternate source of magic, the Shadow Weave. The Shadow Weave is a potent but tainted source of power, and it was not long before the Guardian himself was corrupted.
How were you brought into this?
The King of Shadows brought despair, and the men of this land wailed loudly enough to get my attention. I answered the pleas out of curiosity. When I confronted the leaders of Ilfan, they saw me as a potential ally in the fight against the King of Shadows. Never before have I met a being as relentless in its devastation. It exists by drawing upon the life and strength of others. As I grew weaker in battle, it only became stronger. Shadow triumphed that day.
How did you end up here?
Defeat. Shortly after I first clashed with the King of Shadows, I knew that escape was necessary. The Guardian of Ilvarn was relentless. It fought me until I fell from the sky.
Why are you still alive?
The Ilvarn. I fought the King of Shadows and paid the price for my arrogance. When it left, I was but a broken shell on a lesser plane. Atop this empty rock, I awaited the end. Presumably, your progenitors found a way to triumph despite my loss. They came to me and bound me with primitive magics. The years floated by like specks of dust in the still air. No one returned, and not even death could grant me peace. But many lifetimes later, they arrived, the Githyanki.
That isn't a name I'm terribly fond of myself.
I had a conversation once with men of the astral plane. They came with shimmering blades in hand, and desperation reflected in their eyes. Always it is about this King of Shadows. I have been deceived countless times by those it torments, and the Githyanki were no different. They came and pleaded for advice, their pathetic cities having been attacked by your adversary.
What did the Githyanki want to know?
Many cities fell to the King of Shadows. Even in its Nightwalker form, the Githyanki could not destroy it. Sword after sword shattered upon impact, and more cities fell. The Nightwalker could be hurt, but it could never be hurt enough. Not with 1,000 swords. Somehow, the Githyanki had come to learn that I had battled with the King of Shadows in the past. They promised to restore me if I helped them.
You knew how to defeat the Nightwalker?
Did I know how to empower a weak race? No. I told them to turn their blades upon the growing portal itself, should they be able to locate it. The mongrels left with promises and never returned. I decided that either death, that of the Githyanki or of the King of Shadows, would bring me some measure of satisfaction.
The King of Shadows escaped twice.
In a sense, your prisons do not seem to be effective. Of course, mortals lack perspective and can hardly be expected to plan beyond a few thousand years. In truth, the King of Shadows had not yet left its prison. Slowly, it was ripping open a portal into the astral plane. This fissure allowed it to manifest itself in an avatar, a powerful Nightwalker. The Githyanki objected to its presence.
So how does one fix a sword, then?
Your adversary spreads its influence by corrupting its targets, until they no longer resemble what they once were. Eventually, all one can see is the shadow. It grows long and distracts us from what casts it. But a shadow can never become more than a weak outline. It may stretch and grow fearsomely large, but always must it circle its master. Your blade is no different. If the sword is to be made whole again, you must look past the pale shadows its broken pieces cast, and find the center from where the shadow emanates. If you do not, then there is no way in which the sword may be reformed.
In my village, there's a scar on the earth where the sword was broken.
Then that is where you must go now, mortal.
But I cannot go there. It is deep within the claimed lands.
It will be perilous, but I believe we can use the song portal from the Ilfarn ruins to reach the Guardian ruins on the outskirts of West Harbor.
I can see from your eyes that this is what you came for. Now, I must ask of you. Always I have been promised recompense at a later date. Even now, my mind verges on insanity with the long years. For tolerating your presence, I make but one demand. Kill me.
You wish us to end your life?
This life is an abomination, and I am no longer content to wait for chance to rescue me from the void.
I understand no one should suffer for so long.
To kill me, mortal, you must simply destroy my heart. Be warned, it attracts many beings of power that feed from it, as you have already noticed. My body is no more, but in its place, a new kind of life has sprung into being. My heart is all that remains. The last shreds of my life reside within. You may harm it now that I wish it to be so. Go now. I tire of everything.
Okay, we now need to go and attack a crystal heart, which is surrounded by dragons, so we likely have to fight some dragons in the process, but that will have to be for next time. When we come back, we are going to give Nolaloth the rest that he so fervently desire, and see what we can do after that. So, as for now, thanks for watching, take care, see you next time, bye bye.